We really boxing. Who wanted the baddest? Let's see.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO. This how it's finna go. I'ma throw some jabs. Make them think my punch is weaker than I hook his ass. This the ring, not the kitchen, but I'ma cook his ass. Me and him, that's a pro versus the rookie class. All my life I had to fight, but I still love it. Me and BVO got moves that you can't steal from us. And these haters be throwing shots, but I don't feel nothing. I ain't gonna lie, shit, they alright, but we a little rougher. Stepping for the title and face your rival, this ain't a little tussle. Bet I be no bird, being chicken and get your feathers ruffled. Footwork, I'm dancing around my opponent like the Cupid shuffle. Good work, bodies hit the flow, they can't move a muscle. The upside is we ain't in the streets, shooting and shooting up. Catch me in the ring, sticking, moving and suited up. I know everybody can eat, but I ain't full enough. Oh, you said it's smoking some beef, I guess I'm pulling up. Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy BVO Boxing, man. In the building, man. I would say one of the funniest guys in boxing, man. My man Evin Tobler, man. How you doing today, man?
What's good, bro? I'm doing pretty good. I'm actually in the mall. I don't know if it's too loud for you or not, but can you hear me pretty good?
Pretty good. Let me fix one thing, and then you good. I appreciate you taking time, man. I know you're a busy brother, man. I appreciate you coming through, man. But first off, man, a little bit about how you got started in strength and conditioning.
Man, I was I don't know if you're familiar with Juan Diaz. I was his bodyguard some years ago, and I used to make like healthy meals for some of the fighters.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just hanging around the gym and. Make a long story short, one Saturday morning I was on the track and I ran into Regis Prograis and another kid named Pablo Cruz. Helped them out. They managed to call me and shit. That was 10 years ago. So rest is history. Man. We're here now.
So that being said, you being a former athlete, is it hard to coach because you know how to do it at such a high level?
Say that again?
I said, you being a coach, is it hard because you were a former athlete, a really good athlete as well? Is it hard to coach sometimes because you know what it takes to be great?
Well, you know that inner part that comes from an athlete to have that drive to want to succeed, because it's the individual thing that you have to have within yourself. But as far as the training and the mental preparing athletes, I've been there myself. So. You know, it's just the athlete adapting to the training methods, mindsets, and when you train an athlete, fighter, as long as I've been training Regis, you know, we kind of know each other and the things that I expect and what I expect for him. So, you know, it depends on the athlete and where they are mentally.
And you know, that being said, I know you got such a fun personality. Do you bring that into your coaching as well?
Oh yeah, bro. I'm like this. I'm like this all the time. You know, and people were like, "Oh, coach." I said, "Bro, I'm like every day, even with my regular clients, because you remember, the mind is very powerful, bro. And whatever you speak, whatever you the energy you bring to yourself,
Mm-hmm.
you know, sometimes it manifests. So you know, you got to speak positive stuff.
You know, I think the funny thing is, you probably don't think so, but you really, to me, man, made that press conference legendary, man. I'ma always remember that.
I've been hearing that. I've been hearing that, man. And I just everything I said was facts. Everything I said was true. I never said anything that was not related to boxing, and the things I said about Haney were true. The kid, I'm from Trenton, New Jersey, man. So we it's a little different when you're coming from the street than coming to being educated, and so you always have that background within yourself. But when you hear kids, talking like that, I'm thinking, he's a street kid. So let me check him out. Let me check his background, and then come out like it was. So he knew I was telling the truth.
I think that was the first time I ever really seen, and I got to give Bill a lot of credit. You really actually pulled his card. I think he didn't expect that. I don't think nobody expected you to do that, man. That was pretty cool how you did that, man.
Yeah, I've been hearing that, man. No one I've seen Haney talk to people. He is very knowledgeable in the things that he says. He's very confident in his delivery. But you still have to hold your own ground. The things that I said, were true about who I was representing and who the opposition was. So it was fun. I'm telling you, I had the best time of my life, bro.
So
Unbelievable.
what did you do? Because even though unfortunately Regis didn't get the win, I seen that his gas tank was better. What was the biggest difference? Because that's kind of always been some of an issue where he would kind of fade. He didn't fade this time. What was the biggest difference in his training this time?
No, we kind of do the same things for training. Each fighter presents a different training style, but at the same time, you know, I have, as the fighter gets a little older, we got to adjust some things. So we're adjusting some things, and we've been banging since nothing really has changed. He just, he's gone 12 rounds all the time.
Yeah. I was just saying, as far as I could see, you know how you could see that when they got that win, he had his win late in the fight. And sometimes, like, I think the reason he didn't win the Josh Taylor fight is because I feel like he exerted so much energy that he really couldn't keep it up when it mattered, when it got to the end of that.
Well, he in the Josh Taylor fight, I think he started a little bit slower.
Hmm.
I thought he at the end of the fight, if we had another 60 seconds, he'd have knocked Taylor out. You know, I mean, if you put them two on the street and they stand side by side and nobody saw the fight, Josh Taylor eye was hanging out his head. They'd have been like, Regis won the fight. That's that street credit.
He said that I was hanging out his head.
Yeah, it
But
was about to hang out his head. I was like, man, you lost the fight, bro. But Josh
that
Taylor was
being,
a tough kid.
what was it like going overseas like that, man? To go overseas, on the road, that was a big deal to go across the pond. I thought, man.
Yeah, I did that as an athlete myself, but when you're chasing greatness and legacy, you got to go where the opposition is and try to present yourself and get in position to receive, victory. No matter where it is, it's a fight, and you could be in a basement, but it's a fucking fight. You know what I mean? Don't
Did
matter
you
where it's
guys
at.
did you guys think you guys got cheated? A lot of people said you guys won that fight.
Well, 23,000 people, majority decision, yeah. If we were here in the United States, Regis would have won that fight. But you're not going to get a decision like that in England. 23,000 people screaming for Josh Taylor, and a decision wasn't unanimous. It was a majority decision.
Right, right. That being said, I know you watch boxing, man. What fighter would you say you try to? What fighter would you say you try to model Regis' training after? Or you don't use anybody. You just kind of go off him, or do you model it after somebody else, like his training resume? What comes to that?
Guy driving around with a. I can't. Hold on. Let me walk out.
Oh, that's no problem, man. It's Christmas time,
I'm
man.
in the
So
mall, man. They got these trains running around. Okay, what was your question? I'm sorry.
So my question was, with Regis in particular, did you model his training after another fighter, or is it just that you go off what you think Regis needs to do when it goes into a fight? How
Oh
did you
no,
kind of
I
come
don't.
up
I
with the
don't.
plan with him?
No, I do my own thing, man. Each fighter has a different motor, and Regis, I've been training the kid for a long time, and his gas tank is always open. He's not going to quit, bro.
Yeah, that's for
I
sure.
pushed him to limits, I pushed that kid to limits, and he still prevails. He doesn't back down. He didn't do any of that. So, it's a good thing.
So I'm gonna ask you a few things about the current state of boxing. We got this big card that was going on in Saudi Arabia, and I'll be perfectly honest. I wasn't very too excited about it because I feel like in boxing we worry about too much about what could have happened. But how do you see Anthony Joshua Deontay Wilder fight going? What do you think about something like that?
I love that fight. I love that fight. I think the fight should have happened a long time ago.
Hmm.
There's still two heavyweight fighters they still have a lot left in the tank. I believe Deontay Wilder is way different than when he fought Tyson Fury. This Deontay Wilder, I don't think nobody gonna be able to fuck with him. Now we got Anthony Joshua. We got Anthony Joshua, who is still kind of fragile mentally. It's nothing physically.
Hmm.
Like I do think more. I tell him, why don't you give me that big ass heavyweight? I give him some less in this. Wilder. I had an opportunity to see Wilder when I was in California, not just in clips, but I didn't get a chance to meet him. But he
Hmm.
worked with Malik. Malik has him
Hmm.
throwing them hands. If we get a Deontay Wilder that's gonna throw some punches, it's gonna be a problem, bro.
Yeah,
It's
I,
gonna
I
be a
think
problem.
I think, and you can speak to this as well. You being a coach, man. I really don't know if Anthony Joshua will ever be the same guy before he fought Andy Ruiz because I think, and I could be wrong. This is me. I don't know this, but I feel like mentally it took something out of him because when you watch him in these press conferences, I mean the last few fights, whether it's him throwing the belts out the ring,
Mm-hmm.
just the immaturity that you never seen with him, I feel like maybe Anthony Joshua needs to take a break from boxing. You think could you rebuild a psyche like that?
I think if you have the right people and you're preaching the right lingo,
Hmm.
the right language to him,
Hmm.
verbally and physically. When I say verbally, you have to constantly remind him who he is, what his best victories were, what that felt like, and
Hmm.
then on top of that, you still have to do the work. You have to challenge him physically, have him overcome the physical obstacles that you set for him as a coach, as a trainer, as a conditioning coach, as a fighter. Once an athlete gets over those humps, then then we can create that Anthony Joshua that we saw when he fought Vladimir Klitschko. That's the Joshua that people want to see, who faced adversity, got up off the canvas, and
Hmm.
knocked out one of a legendary heavyweight fighter who is a Hall of Famer.
Hmm.
Joshua got up off the canvas, knocked him out after being viciously knocked down himself. That's the fucking Anthony Joshua that we want to see. I still believe that it's in his system. It is when he looked in the mirror. When you look in the mirror, you're that same guy that knocked out Klitschko. You got to remember that. Find that innocence that you had for that fight, and then work with that.
Yeah, that's a good point. I honestly could tell you, man, boxing needs him to be himself.
Hmm.
Um, people don't understand that. Anthony Joshua was only 33 years old.
Yeah,
Muhammad Ali still gave us another five. Well, I ain't gonna count the whole five, but at least 4 really good years of boxing. And I think it's kind of funny. I think it's so crazy how guys like you are so rare. A lot of these guys don't have real solid guys, men and women in their corner, and it shows, man.
yeah.
Because I noticed that. The funny thing is when I seen Regis lose the biggest fight of his life, I knew he would be okay
Hmm.
because I knew he had guys like you in his corner. And I
Hmm.
think people don't realize how strong a team it is because when you see Anthony Joshua, he with 50 dudes, and it's like if I'm with 50 dudes, that's because I'm insecure about something. And I'll say, man, credit to you on that. But I gotta ask you this, man. And I know sometimes it might be a still sports spot, but how good is Devin Haney from what you're saying?
I don't have a problem saying that. The kid is good. The Devin Haney is good, and it's different when you're right there up on the action. He's quick as a fucking cat. I still think he can be stronger. You know, because if he's thinking about going to 147, although he was heavier than Regis, 25 pounds, he could knock Regis out. Regis, you have to kill him in the ring. That's how we train. You got to kill him. So he didn't do that. And I think the kid is so much upsides to him. I think if he got a lot stronger,
Hmm.
he's going to be a problem for a lot of fucking people. You know, he's quick as a cat, bro.
Yeah, I've seen that, and the funny thing about it, see, for me watching boxing, I always looked at Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia as welterweights,
Yeah.
posing as lightweights
Hmm.
and junior welterweights. So, and one thing about Regis, I think he's a really a real solid 140 pounder, and
Hmm.
I think that it ought to tell you how big Devin was for him to be that much bigger than him
Yeah.
in the ring, and people want to talk about it. I honestly say this, man. I think there should be a rehydration clause. What do you think about that?
I feel that too, but I also feel, you know, back in the day,
Hmm.
you decide to get in the ring with a guy, you know, you rehydrate up. They didn't really know the science, but
Hmm.
that 25 pounds, 30 pounds is a lot. That is a lot. So when you have an athlete that claws, you know, you got to be careful with the claws too, because some guys that's a big fucking cheat.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? To know that you and some guys don't know. They don't know what their body's going to react to, how they're going to react. I think it's something that should be put into place.
Yeah. That being said, now it's a lot of fights out there for Regis, man. Whether it's Richardson Hitchens,
Man, he
Africa.
talk too much shit. He talked too much shit. He hadn't done anything. Regis will knock him out.
And the funny thing is, I think people don't realize what happened with Devin Haney. Everybody can't do Regis like that either. That's the thing. I don't think because just to be totally honest, I think Devin just went in there and just was a weight bully. He could take more. He could take more punches, and I think, and this is I could be wrong on this. I just wish Regis would have did more of what he did against Josh Taylor and brought the fight to Haney,
What?
which I didn't see him do. Go ahead.
Well, what the game, they have their own game plan, and I still believe that, you know, if Regis would have touched Haney would have went to sleep, without a doubt in my mind.
Hmm.
Whatever the see, we're not in the ring.
Right.
We're not in the ring with these fighters. We don't know what the hell they're seeing. Whatever he saw, whatever he was going through at that moment, only he knows. But what I know
Hmm.
is that if he would have touched Devin Haney would have been asleep. Come on, you got 29 victories and 24 knockouts. That's some missiles or some hammers in your hand. So with that game plan that they had, it worked. He didn't get hit that much. No really flush punches. Though if those punches would have land flush, he'd have knocked Devin Haney out. And anybody else in that division that get hit by Regis Poirier is going to get knocked out. Even Matias. He can't take that punch from Regis. He could
Yeah.
punch, but I don't let him walk forward like that. He gonna be asleep.
And you know what's funny, and I got to give you and Regis and the whole team a lot of credit because I wouldn't have took that fight. I would have went after Matias or I would have went after Tio because the thing about Devin is he also too, and I could be wrong. This is me speaking. This is not my brother speaking. But I feel like it's so much steam behind him. It's hard to beat guys like that. We've seen Castillo get robbed versus Floyd when they pushing you as a community.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of tough. It's kind of tough to stop that train.
Right. Well, you know, now we're talking the political part of boxing. The bottom line is you got to beat his ass. You got to beat his ass bad, and then you got to knock him out. Boxing politics is real. They have a plan for guys like Devin Haney,
Hmm.
and you go against them, you got to know what you're up against. You know, you may be up against the judges, you may be up against some other stuff, but everybody knows. Everybody knows. So you got to go in there and you got to beat the champion. You know, no matter what, you got to beat the champion unanimously or knock his ass out. You know,
Yeah.
so that's what it is.
So that being said, I know you in strength and conditioning, and we got people definitely in the chat. What would be the first step someone would need to do if they want to get themselves in shape and get back healthy? What would you recommend?
Eat, eat good, eat good, and be consistent with whatever you decide to do. Real simple. Change your food. Get off the sugar. Get off the bad carbohydrates, and just walk for 30 minutes. Do that for 6 weeks. Just do that. Don't get crazy about it. Do that for 6 weeks, and your body will change just on a regular basis. Then you go into the technical part of it. If we're talking about regular people, even at the professional athletic level, just
Yeah,
being
you know, it's funny, man. When I was younger, man, I used to see fighters and say, man, how do they stay in shape like that? How do they do that? Can you tell us how much road work does Regis do?
well. Honestly, Regis stays in shape all year round. We even when he's not training, we meet maybe twice a week to do something. And he's not a kid that stays around. He does something all the time. He's always active, whether he's doing MMA stuff or he's doing some type of. He's an adventurous kid, so he might be fucking chasing out like that. You know,
Yeah.
mother. Oh, excuse me, mother. Yeah, so he's always active. He's always doing something.
Hey, but you know, I appreciate you coming by, man, having a short conversation with us, man. And I'm telling you, man, you one of the funniest guys in boxing, man. When you said I'm gonna call Tank Dog, I almost fell off my chair. Hey, I almost fell off my chair, man.
Dude, if I had his number, I would have called his ass too. I
Hey, you
surely
know,
would have.
and people forget, Regis have been offered Tank a fight, and we never heard nothing about that. Ain't
Man,
that funny how that go?
listen, that'll be a hell of a fight. That'll be a hell of a fight. Hell of a fight.
Do me one favor, man. Can you just say, I'm shout out BVO Boxing, man. I appreciate that. I'm gonna clip that up and put it on. I'm gonna use that if that's okay with you, man.
Shout out, big shout out to BVO Boxing, man. Young man trying to do his thing. Hit him up. He's very knowledgeable. Hey, man, I appreciate you having me on the show, man. I appreciate it.
Man, God bless. Merry Christmas, my brother. Love you, man.
Same to you, bro.
Peace. Hey, to have a guy like that, Queen in the chat, salute the Queen in the chat, salute to my man Juan in the chat. Have a guy like that. This is what we do it for, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Sometimes you two can be a lot of hard work, but meeting great brothers like that, good people, man. Your boy BBO is here to stay and bring you the best content. If you watch this on playback, like, comment, subscribe. Check us out. Merry Christmas. I'm gonna take a little break till Christmas, but your boy BBO will be back. Merry Christmas. I'll see you soon. Peace.
Yeah. We really boxing. Who wanted the baddest? Let's see. Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video. Put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO. Bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO. This how it's finna go. I'ma throw some jabs. Make them think my punch is weaker than I hook his ass. This the ring, not the kitchen, but I'ma cook his ass. Me and him, that's the pro versus the rookie class. All my life I had to fight, but I still love it. Me and BVO got moves that you can't steal from us. And these haters be throwing shots, but I don't feel nothing. I ain't gonna lie, shit, they alright, but we a little rougher. Step up for the title and face your rival, this ain't no little tussle. Bet I be no bird, being chicken to get your feathers ruffled. Footwork, I'm dancing around my opponent like the Cupid shuffle. Good work, bodies hit the flow, they can't move a muscle. The upside is we ain't in the streets, shooting and shooting up. Catch me in the ring, sticking, moving and suited up. I know everybody can eat, but I ain't full enough. Oh, you said it's smoking some beef? I guess I'm pulling up. Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video. Put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO. Bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show.